Storytime about how my boyfriend found out that I was cheating on him with his best friend. So a little background information. We're gonna call my boyfriend Tyler. Tyler and I had been dating since he was 16 and I was 13. And now it was my freshman year in high school and his senior year. And we're gonna call his best friend Jaden. Now there was one really big problem with Tyler and I's relationship. I was pretty much dating Jaden too. Now, if you don't get what I mean by that, Jaden was there for literally every single thing that we did in our relationship. Anytime I would invite Tyler over, guess who was walking in right behind him? Jaden. Anytime that Tyler and I went on dates, guess who was there? Jaden. And there wouldn't even be another girl there. He would literally just third wheel on our dates. And I talked to Tyler about it before, and he's like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. He's my best friend. So fast forward, the one day Tyler and Jaden are both over my house. Part 2 about how my boyfriend found out that I was cheating on him with his best friend. So like I said, Jaden and Tyler are both at my house. And Tyler ends up getting a call. And it was his mom telling him that his brother had just passed away. So Tyler told Jaden that he needed to find a ride home. And after that, Tyler left immediately. Now me, I do not know what the hell to do. Because Jaden and I had never been left alone before. And it wasn't really because Tyler didn't trust us. It was more of though we didn't really have a reason to be alone together. So that night he was supposed to wait for my parents to get home so that way they could drive him. But I ended up getting him an Uber because he said that he liked me and I did not know what to do. Fast forward, while my boyfriend is in the grieving stages, I was messing with his best friend behind his back. And the one day he had walked in on us doing spicy things. And after, he had his whole family posting things about me on Facebook saying that I was a whore and everything.
Story time on how protecting my kids landed me in jail. Okay, so boom. I have 2 daughters who I really love, and they're the type of girls who are extra. My youngest is 16, my oldest is 18, and I myself am 38. Now, when I say my kids are extra, I mean they don't hold back how they feel. If they don't like something, they express themselves, and that's a blessing and a curse. But on this particular day, it was a curse. So one day we were at Walmart and I was in the kitchen section. Then all of a sudden, my kids come running to me with a man running after them. I said, hey, what are you doing chasing my daughters, as they hid behind me? Then before the man can even answer, my oldest daughter said he grabbed my youngest daughter and told her to come with him. But then my oldest daughter pushed him back and grabbed my youngest daughter and said, don't put your dirty hands on my sister. And this man's response to my daughter is when I lose my and black out. Part 2 on how protecting my kids landed me in jail. Okay, so boom, like I said, my oldest daughter pushed him back and grabbed my youngest daughter and told him to get his dirty hands off her little sister. And that's when they ran to me as he chased them and called them out their names. Then this man interrupts my daughter as she's explaining and tells her to shut the F up. I said, excuse me? Who are you talking to? This man says, your daughter, B. Child, I took the nearest microwave and I slammed it in his face. He falls to the floor and I proceed to stomp on him. And mind you, I was wearing heels. Security ends up coming and separating the man from me and my daughters. And even though I explained that he grabbed my youngest daughter, they still put me in jail. But I was only in there for a couple hours and I had my oldest daughter drive back home and pick me up after. No charges against me, but I'm mad I got jail time for protecting my kids. It's my kids.
When I was 6 years old, my family moved to Virginia because my dad had a new job opportunity. We moved to this really old house that every step that you took, you'd hear the floorboards cracking. During the summer, I met this girl named Lucy. She knocked on my door one day and asked if I wanted to play, so for weeks, me and Lucy grew closer. We'd play hopscotch, jump rope, hand games, and hide and seek. One day, we were getting ready to play hopscotch, and my mom came outside telling me to come in and eat dinner. I asked my mom if Lucy could come too. My mom had asked, who's Lucy? I looked back at Lucy and I said, she's right here. My mom replied, right where? When I turned back around, Lucy disappears. I called out for Lucy, but my mom yells out, there isn't anyone out there. Get your butt in the house. It's time to come eat. It gets a little bit paranormal after this. This is part 2 of why my friend Lucy disappeared. A week later after the incident happened, I saw Lucy playing outside with a little baby boy. He had to be around 2 years old. I quickly ran outside and said, "Hey, where'd you go the other day?" Lucy replied, "I wasn't feeling good, so I went home." I asked her, "Is that your baby?" And Lucy laughed and said, "No, this is my baby brother. I take care of him." And I asked again, "Don't your parents do that?" Lucy said, "No, they couldn't save us." I said, "Save?" And Lucy gets a little frustrated and said, "They just abandoned us, but we don't need them anymore. We take care of ourselves." Lucy then says, "We gotta get home. We'll see you another time." She took her brother's hand and turned the corner. I watched them go, but when I looked down the corner they turned, they both disappeared.
Did I mess up by buying my 2-year-old daughter a Peppa the Pig piñata for her birthday? This well-meaning gesture turned into tragedy happened today. Like many toddlers, my kid loves that horrible little creature called Peppa. While I was shopping for birthday supplies this week, I saw a Peppa piñata and instantly thought 2 things. The kid is going to love this, and I'm going to love seeing Peppa get deleted with a stick. She saw it a couple of times during the week, and each time she was like, "Peppa, hi Peppa, that's Peppa." So I knew without a shadow of doubt I had made the right choice. Cue the main event. In one corner we have Peppa, and in the other corner we have 15 older kids jacked up on cupcakes and soda. They don't care about Peppa, they only care about getting their necks fixed, and they know that fix is inside the paper piglet. My wife is holding up my daughter and I'm standing beside them. The first kid steps up and the adults are cheering and the kids are hyped. 3 swings and 3 misses. The families are laughing and cheering as the next kid steps up. First swing, miss. No issues yet. Second swing, some light contact is made, and this is where it goes downhill. I look over and see visible concern on my daughter's face. Third swing, contact. Full on twack. The parents cheer and the kids are now at a near fever pitch of excitement. Except for one. The one whose birthday we're here to celebrate. She bursts into tears and I look at my wife in that moment and we both realize we f***ed up. She's 2. She doesn't know what the heck a piñata is. This is her first time seeing one. What she is seeing is her favorite cartoon character getting beat down by her cousins. Babe, maybe you should take her inside. I don't think this is going to end the way we thought it was going to. Yeah, you're right. That should be the end of the story, right? A lesson learned on what not to do next time. Nope. My wife needed to use the bathroom, so my daughter was wandering around the living room. My mom, who was in the upstairs bathroom, comes downstairs and saw my daughter and the excitement going on outside and scooped her up and brought her back outside. I'm on the other side of the yard as I see my mom come out with my daughter and I start walking towards them. Too late. She stops at the end of the deck, giving my daughter an unobstructed view of what happened next. The kill shot. One of the older kids let loose a thunderous haymaker and explodes Peppa. The parents cheer and the kids lose their mind. They're fighting each other for candy over the corpse of Peppa. My kid, unfortunately, lost her goddamn mind. Full on ugly cry while muttering, "Peppa, Peppa, Peppa," in between sobs. Thankfully, kids that age have short memories, but it took her a good 45 minutes to fully settle down from watching the murder of her beloved Peppa.
One day I went to Walmart with my mom. While my mom and I were shopping around Walmart, we realized that there was this lady following us all over the store. Any aisle we would be at, she would be behind us. We're gonna call the lady that was following us Vicky. Vicky. So eventually Vicky stopped following my mom and I, and she approached us and she was like, "Hey, I'm an agent for big agencies and I can make your daughter a star." Long story short, Vicky ended up inviting my mom and I to this event that would make me famous. And she asked my mom if we could go. My mom felt really sketch about it, so she was like, "Hey, no, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to pass on this." So Vicky ended up walking away. She was very mad and she started crying when my mom said no. So after saying no to Vicky, she ended up following us again, but this time she had a knife with her while she was following us. So my mom and I decided to tell the security to walk us out to our car because of this Vicky girl, and she had a knife in her hand, and so we made it to the car safe. And then when we got home, guess who we see? Vicky was in my front yard, but it does not end there. This is the best part. She was outside of my house holding my cat. I don't know how she even got my address because she got there before my mom and I did. My cat was inside. I don't know how she got her. So this Vicky was holding my cat and we saw her and I was like, "Dude, let her go." I started crying because I love my cat. And eventually my cat just ended up on her. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then Vicky starts crying because my cat on her. Like, you literally broke into my house.
Thinking about you, and I think I have to listen because the sun is It's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far.